Hey guys, it's another late update, but let's make this a feature. We'll be doing updates every couple weeks instead of 1 week from now on, I think. We've been getting so much done, but unfortunately that means not a lot of time for pictures and video editing. The positive outweighs the negative here though, because we're getting closer and closer to a space that could actually host some of you all as guests someday.
So there's no doubt that we've been putting in some man out on this project, but there's no way that we could have done what we have done without the help of the amazing community and people around us. So while the videos and pictures scroll past, we just want to take a bit of time to thank and acknowledge the neighbors who are now dear friends who held our hands and talked us through so much of this. Let's start with the most obvious changes to the house. When we first bought the house, we knew we wanted an insulated roof for the winter, but we had no idea what it would look like or how it would happen. We talked to everyone, made a bunch of rough sketches, and daydreamed about impossible ideas. Finally, Russ helped us design a roof and figure out the necessary materials, sizes, and amounts. Without him, we would still be floundering in those first design steps. Then Jay, a longtime UK expat builder, put those designs into action. He talked us through the basics of mixing cement, laying bricks, leveling, and roof building. When we stumbled and slowed, rushed over from another job and got a roof over our heads before a big storm. We have a ceiling and at least a few working electrical plugs, thanks to this guy.
The roof solved most of the rain problems, but wind whips through this paradise valley, bringing sideways rain through all our gaping wall holes. Two champions among men helped us get our windows and doors in. Russ and Peter showed us two very different methods of installing level, functioning, and insulated windows. After watching and learning, we even managed to install one ourselves, and we're looking forward to putting in the last couple of doors. I don't know what we were thinking when we first started our demolition project. We went to the hardware store and purchased just one chisel and patted ourselves on the back for buying the right tool for the job. We would never have gotten anywhere if not for Adam, Russ, Peter, Jay, and Manu, lending us various amazing power tools and construction equipment. We wanted to do roof work without a scaffold, cement work without a mixer, and demolition without a saw or hammer drill. Thank you all so much for trusting us with your tools and showing us how to use them.
Building a house also apparently requires a lot of trips to and from hardware stores. The major box stores don't even all offer online shipping, so to purchase our windows and doors, we've had to physically go into the building and place an order. This would have been day-long affairs by bike and train, but luckily our wonderful neighbors call and offer us rides whenever they go into town. We've gotten so many free rides into the big city, free rides that come with amazing company and conversation.
Alright, ready? 1, a 2, a 3.
Thank you so much, Kita, Peter, Adam, Lynn, Manu, Linda, and Russ. Someday, when we eventually cave in and get a car, you will all be getting free rides and road trips all around Portugal.
That brings us to where we've been staying while we do all this construction work. Kita and Peter have lent us two luxurious tents, one for us and one for Manu and Lynn, who we need to acknowledge as well for being incredibly patient. Their plan was to finish their new house while staying in their old one until we purchased their old one and started making drastic changes to the livability of the home. They were displaced as well, and they have been amazingly easygoing throughout this stressful process. The wonderful tents from Peter and Kita allow us to stay on site and spend more time on the house. But when the construction site does become too much, Linda, Russ, and Adam have all offered warm, safe beds with walls, windows, and hot water. My dream coming out here was a garden farm with fruits and herbs and veggies. Construction has taken up so much time that we barely spend any time harvesting the fruits, and our veggies have suffered from neglect. Kita nurtured some beautiful little basil seedlings and gifted them to the household. Now, when construction gets to be too much, I can dig around in the little patch of herbs and occasionally whip up some pesto or pizza sauce with some homegrown additions. Linda has also taken me under her wing and shared her wisdom from years of gardening out here. She's shared fruits of her labor and tips on how to dry and save the seeds from her best varieties. I've got a few seeds from these beautiful starburst tomatoes prepping for storage.
Regarding food, we owe a huge thank you to Lynn's sister Phoenix, who cooked for us all while she was here. The time saved and wonderful meals fueled a lot of extra work hours. She's left now to start living her own life in Germany, and we've noticed how much more work it is just to cook food between mixing batches of concrete. Lynn and Manu split the cooking and shopping duties, so we're getting by helping each other out. There are other people we should thank as well. Our original landlord, Paula, rented to us without any guarantees in these COVID times, then let us leave our lease early and even hand-delivered a letter from Lauren's grandmother. Our Portuguese neighbor, Adrião, has been friendly and kind and very patient throughout our construction process, and he always has a bucket of produce to share, with the stipulation that we can't give him anything back. The shopkeepers and post lady from Alpedrinha have been tutoring Lauren in Portuguese with every shopping trip, and the Facebook community from the area has been a bottomless depth of advice and assistance with the settling in process.
We continue to make progress slowly but surely and are feeling positive about the project as a whole. We love our new little neighborhood and are very excited to explore it more and meet even more wonderful people when we finally get a bit more free time.
Who is that in the dark?
Oh, you know, Cinder. Just making some dinner. We got our little setup on top of a washing machine next to our window right over here. But it's a nice breeze.